Okay, hi friends, this is Shaurabh Dumasia. Today I'm going to share a unique video on a specialized waterproofing technique which has been developed by me. It's just a viscous material which I would show you. It's more like a paint. So I'm pouring it in front of you to show you how the material looks like. As you can see, it is very thick and it can just drop in. It's thicker than even a paint. Now this particular material is a composition of 5 different raw materials which have been mixed personally by me. I do not get it done anywhere outside. The ingredients are not known to anybody because that's a big secret. The unique feature of this material is that it can be applied on any substrate, be it wood, metal, obviously concrete. It can go on vertical surfaces, it can go on horizontal surfaces, it can go on inclined surfaces. The idea is that once you apply this in approximately 3 or 4 coats with different consistency levels mixed with water, because this is a water-based material, it forms a layer which is something like this. So once the layer is formed, this particular thing is like a sample which has been done on a piece of glass and then it's been removed. So this is something how it's. So this material is very flexible. You can see I'm turning it, I'm squeezing it, I'm doing whatever I can. Obviously any surface will not be that flexible. No concrete is going to turn, bend so much. And you can see that there are no cracks, no crevices or nothing. So this material which you saw, which is a viscous material, when dry, it becomes a sheet, a sort of a sheet. It can be homogeneously laid over surfaces and surfaces. How effective this material is, I'll show you right away. Just a while ago, I just took a normal strainer, which in Hindi we call it channi, and I have coated it. As you can see, it's still fresh, it's still wet. It's just been coated with a brush, and once it's coated and once it's dried, if I fill up water inside, it will hold on to the water. That is how we give a demonstration on table to an architect or a person who is wanting to use this material. I am going to show you exactly how it can be applied. So I am taking this thing that you can see, which has got holes, which has got openings on all round. I'll just use a simple tape so that the material does not come out from the other side. Nothing to do with any waterproofing thing. And I'll apply it in front of you so that you know that how easily this material can be applied. You don't need any special training to do this. A normal painter can be taught how to do it. The only thing that needs to be told to him and that needs to be supervised is that every small crevice or every small hole has to be covered. If there is any sort of a lethargy in the application, there will be a problem. It's a very simple thing. Today, if I have a piece of sheet and if there is a small hole in that sheet, water will go through that hole. But if I cover that sheet properly, then there's nothing. So that is what I meant by saying that, So the reason why I'm doing this, there were very big openings. So this will at least hold the material from falling out from the other side. It's just a simple packaging tape. Obviously, it's nothing to do with waterproofing. This thing is not required when you are doing work on a concrete surface, because concrete does not. So I'm just sticking this randomly here and there so that the material does not come out from the other side. A very good thing about this material is that it can be diluted and used depending on the circumstances. Like for example, if there are cracks on the horizontal surface, dilute it with 4 times the water quantity of the amount of the material. Just throw it on the floor, just lay it across the floor and take those broom or a glass rubber puller and just pull the chemical so that all the cracks and crevices are covered. So as you can see, I've just covered this so that the material does not fall out. Now the material that I emptied, I'm just taking a brush. As you can see, it's a brush application. I can do it with a brush, I can do it with a rubber flap. I'm just applying it inside. Very easy to apply. As you can see, the first coat obviously will take a little bit of double, triple coatings because the holes have to be covered off. The idea why we do it in a strainer is to show the effectiveness of the material. I cannot demonstrate it on a concrete surface, so that's the reason we use this kind of a material, so that the person who is actually given a demonstration gets a confidence that if this can hold water, definitely any horizontal surface can hold water. Vertical, it's just like dropping water on a duck's back. It will just slide off. So you can pigment this material. For example, if you want to have your building painted, you can just pigment it to whatever color you want, and you can even give a color to the surface. And trust me, it's like covering your entire building with plastic. It will last you for nothing less than 10 years. So just a simple application, no training, any painter can do it. Even you can do it yourself if you have your own personal bungalow, and if you want to do it yourself, you can even do it yourself. All the materials that have been used are indigenous, everything made in India. Only thing is that the formulation is important, and we've substituted it the same thing by Indian material. So original formulation comes from Germany. So as you can see, I've just coated it. Okay, I allow it to dry. I'll apply a second coat, I'll apply a third coat. Now this material, as you can see, it's still wet. Okay, it's been applied with 2 coats. It was just been done recently. Just to show you, I just put in a little bit of water. You can see I'm dropping water directly in front of you, and it is holding it. There's no magic to it. This is just a material that I have used. I pour the material back. It's very clear. Another thing which I wanted to demonstrate was that this particular material is water based, and you can even wash your brush. So you don't have to, so as you can see, I'm just washing the brush with water. The brush gets cleaned. You can use this brush again the next day. But you have to make sure that when this application is done, you need to wear some gloves, because if it goes onto your hand, it will be a little difficult removing it. So this was the way this particular material can be applied. Some on-site pictures that I would like to share, which will give you a fair idea as to how this material can be used very effectively. As you can see over here, this is a horizontal surface which we had coated. This is what I'm trying to show you, a terrace surface. This is a vertical surface which is called sandwich plastering. So we do one coat of plastering, we apply the chemical, and then we do a second coat of plastering in top. Similarly, it can be used for basements, it can be used for water tanks, it can be used for terrace surfaces, as you can see it. Vertical surfaces can be used as paint. As you can see, it's got a white color background and there are bands of gray. So the same white color has also been pigmented to gray. These surfaces have been done 25 years ago. This material originally took birth approximately 25 years ago. This is a building in Bombay. So this material has been used on various surfaces in India and abroad. We've used this material even on the ceiling of a hotel in Goa, originally known as Ramada Renaissance. If you go to this hotel still has the coating. This coating was done in the year 1997, if I'm not wrong, and it is still there. I would like to share this small certificate with you, which was signed by the Chief Justice of India from the Bombay High Court, where she's clearly mentioned that she got a personal terrace done up with various waterproofing agencies. Nothing happened, and ultimately the problem was solved by this material. It is so simple that I call this material Easy Coat. As you can see, just the first coat, the material does not fall down. It's absolutely great. If you have a leakage in a pipe, you don't need to change a pipe. This is so good that you actually, wrap it around the pipe like this. There's a hole on the pipe, you just wrap it, you seal it and leave it. Once this sets in, it can seal the entire pipe. So it's as flexible as that. No cracks, nothing. Okay friends, so I have tried to explain how this material goes. If you want any further information, please feel to connect with me. WhatsApp me or call me. My number is 9819 222 651. This is Shahrukh Dumasia signing off, and definitely will keep in touch with more techniques in the future. Thank you.